tell, obviously Palmer said there, you know, you can tell that Esteval is a brilliant player. Let's go back to the Cole Palmer goal, because this is what Chelsea fans have been waiting for. You know, open play goal since January the 14th, but this is classic Cole, isn't it? Yeah, this is classic Cole, played in his favourite position where he likes to play, right in the middle there as a number 10. But this goal here, first touch, just takes him away from the defender, and of course the run from Delap as well to take the defender away. But fantastic finish, composed finish, and just slots it down there in the goal. But it's so nice to see him back in the score sheet. That's where we want to see Cole Palmer, right in the middle of everything. Because when he plays in that midfield position as a number 10, that's where you see the best of Cole Palmer. That's where it affects the game a bit more. So it's so nice to see him today playing his preferred position. But again, this pass here from Chalobah, just there, and that first touch takes it away from the defender. And what a finish. I know he makes it look easy, Kleberson, but how tough is that? Just to do what he did, to take that ball there, turn, and even just take the extra touch. It's really difficult because he almost like back to the goal, no? And then he had to turn with the ball, and then now he's looking and say, okay, now where is space to go, no? And then he's taking touch, and then he makes a good goal. Yeah. It's that half turn, isn't it? Sometimes, you know, top players, they know, they can feel, they can see what's behind them. He doesn't have to look around way too much to see if anyone was behind him. He knew the ball was coming to him, so that turn, that touch and that turn, and just sets it up, and that finish composed. It's so nice to see him back in the score sheet. Yeah, it was absolutely brilliant tonight. And like you say, you want to see Cole Palmer occupy those positions right in the middle of the pitch. You don't want to see him on the left or right. So what happens, you know, when Moises Caicedo comes back into midfield and Romeo Lavia's back fit, and then you've got Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Maresca's got some big decisions to make, because it does feel like Enzo Fernandez has been playing more of the 10, and that pushes Cole out wide. But after that performance, how can you push Cole out wide for the semi-final? Exactly. A lot of Chelsea fans have said it. You know, we don't like seeing him play out wide, because then you don't see the best of Cole Palmer. When he plays as a number 10, that's where you see the best of Cole Palmer. That's where he affects the game. But, of course, the manager has a tough decision to make when Caicedo and Lavia comes back. He likes to play those two in the midfield and then Enzo Fernandez a bit further. But, you know, it's the manager's decision if he wants to play Cole Palmer out wide. But for me, for Chelsea fans, we want to see him right in the middle of everything. I suppose, and you're not a Chelsea fan, but watching Cole Palmer play, it does feel like you get the best Cole Palmer when he's in the middle and not on the wing. Yeah, also in the middle, he can see more the game. No, I think he feel more like confidence. He feel more positive to run on the puck to receive those ball. And also, I think when João Pedro get in the games, help him a lot, because he starts to find João Pedro also in the top. Well, talking of João Pedro, I feel like that's probably a good time to move on and talk about him, because he obviously came on. You know, he hasn't been, you know, in a pre-season training camp, of course, because Brighton obviously will be off at the moment. What did you make of his performance? Because I think a lot of Chelsea fans were pleasantly surprised by what he offered there today. Oh, yeah, he was lively. He came into the game. He was very, very positive. You know, we could see some good flashes of the kind of player he is. His first touch was really, really good. You know, he was very, very hungry. He wanted to show exactly why he's at the football club, and that's what you wanted to see. So for me, I think it's going to be a very, very good signing for us. You can see there. Yeah. His movement in the box is very, very good. This touch here just sets it up, and the volley. He really wanted to make his mark today. He wanted to score a goal or create an assist. He looks hungry. Yes, he hasn't trained with the team for such a long time, but to perform this way is it's fantastic. It's great to see. And I suppose that's quite a difficult situation. I mean, he would back himself to, you know, come on and play whenever. But the fact he's had all that time off, he's coming into a completely new squad with completely new players, has never played with any of them before, to then turn up and actually put in a debut like that was pretty impressive. Yeah, pretty impressive. Imagine you're at home, just watch the games, and then say, okay, take your bag, come here and play that level. That demonstrates like they play like professional, no? Because as soon as you get it there, you know, that's my opportunity. I have to do like a really good so I can continue to have more chance. He looks very, very settled. He looks like he's been there a long time. And of course, now the manager making a decision, taking out Delap and not bringing in Jackson. What does that say about Nicholas Jackson's position in the team? So for me, it's a massive, massive question mark there. But João Pedro, fantastic debut today. Yeah, absolutely. Right, let's get some more post-match reaction from Philadelphia. Here's the Chelsea head coach, Enzo Maresca.
Coach, congratulations on the win. Overall,
and we can get some post-match reaction from him now.
But thoughts on your team's performance tonight?
Yeah. Thank you. Has been a tough game, as we expected. We need lots of energy because, you know, we are at the end of the season for us. They are at the beginning, so the energy is different. But at the end, congratulations to the players because they have been very good.
What was the messaging at halftime to your squad? Obviously, Palmeiras came out very strong. Some of your players mentioned that was going to happen. What did you tell them to expect?
No, they defend very, very well. They attack very well, so we need to be careful. First half, I think we were a little bit better compared to the second half. We controlled the game much better. But then they scored, the game changed, and then at the end, I think we scored and we deserve to win.
I have to ask about Esteval. Obviously bittersweet that he got the goal against you guys, but looking forward to the future with him?
Yeah, happy because we won, happy because he scored, so it's the perfect night.
Congrats, Coach. Thank you.
I suppose that is a perfect night. Like Enzo Maresca says, it's best of both worlds because now they can celebrate that Esteval goal knowing that they've gone through. I don't think they'd have been celebrating it very much if it was the other way round.
Yeah, he celebrates so much, you know. Especially because he knows the quality of Esteval, you know. And then see the kids closely, I think it's really good for the coach.
Yeah, he's a really good player, fantastic player, great left foot as well. He likes to whip in those crosses very early. And you know, he can dribble past players. He looks sharp, he looks...
But in Philadelphia, it is Chelsea that are through to the FIFA Club World Cup semi-finals. They have beaten Palmeiras by 2-1. We had a very happy John Obi Mikel running around the studio, having a little dance. Chelsea got there in the end, and at this stage, it doesn't really matter how it comes. They're through to the semi-finals.
We are through to the semi-finals. Fantastic, fantastic goal. It was a deflection, but right now at this stage of the tournament, it doesn't matter how it goes in. A goal is a goal. We are into the semi-finals. Fantastic.
Into the semi-finals, where, by the way, it's set up lovely to play Fluminense. There is a little reunion of Chelsea and Thiago Silva. So that's a lovely little storyline that's come out of this, isn't it?
Imagine the stories behind this, no? Thiago Silva playing against his own team. This would be like a good game to watch that.
Oh, I'm so excited. I think everyone's really excited for that one. And Enzo Maresca, I mean, I don't want to, obviously it is celebratory for Chelsea that they are the team that are through, but that second half performance, slightly worrying, is it not?
Yes, it was very, very worrying. We started very, very sloppy. We didn't start the second half really well. Palmeiras, of course, we talked about it in the second half that they were very, very poor, and they didn't come out in the second half. They started to play better. They became more aggressive, you know, in the first ball, second ball. They started winning everything, and we sort of play into their hands as well, the way they wanted us to play, and then they got that goal, which then they started to dominate the game, but eventually, of course, we're so lucky with that goal and to put us 2-1 up. Yeah,
Palmeiras a little bit, like John Obi says, unlucky, weren't they? I mean, they played so well that second half, but obviously they left themselves with a fair bit to do because of how poor they were in the first half.
Yeah, in the first half they played so poor. They don't create so much opportunity. They had only one opportunity with like the left back Vanderland, and then in the second half they get it better. They get more attacking on the final third. They score a good goal with Estevan, but it's still not much yet. No, that's the difficult for Palmeiras. They don't have a good tournament of this. They try to fix, the coach try to put the team in a game and again, put like a Paulinho in a game, but they not clear enough. That's why they get out of the league.
Yeah, should we have a look at the winning goal then? Because, I mean, I feel like we should start with the winning goal just because, obviously, that's what's happened and it came so late on in the game. And it was Malo Gusto. What did you make of his performance?
His performance today was really, really good. You know, he was everywhere. He plays sometimes, he drifts into the midfield. And, you know, keeper doesn't want to see this again, but we've had some awful goalkeeping today, though, and as well, Palmeiras' goal as well. We can say Sanchez would have done a lot better, but this man here, he had a really, really good game. Sometimes we'll question his performances, but today he was absolutely fantastic.
I mean, yeah, Weberton in goal, who largely, you know, he's had a very good tournament. I mean, the Brazilian sides have all been very good defensively, but like John says, he won't want to see that again. Well, he should have saved it.
Yeah, his cup is a good tournament. Also, a couple of years ago, he saved a lot of balls for Palmeiras. Unfortunately, that one, we expect like a goalkeeper save that, but he doesn't save. After that, he have a good save on a shooting for the Chelsea player. But that's what happened. When you make mistake on that games, it's cost a lot.
Yeah, no credit to Palmeiras. The second half, they came out and they were very aggressive. They knew what they wanted, how they had to approach the game, how they needed to come into the game, and they did that in the second half. Obviously, they were very aggressive with the ball. They dominated the ball, and they did get the goal, which then we had to go on to try to win the game again.
What did Chelsea not do in the second half then? Because like we say, they knew that Palmeiras were going to come out in that second half and not be anywhere near as bad as they were in the first half. So why didn't Chelsea adapt? Why couldn't they quite work out what Palmeiras were doing?
Because we just couldn't control the game the way we controlled in the first half. You know, we lost possession of the ball. There was a lot of sloppy passes. We were giving the ball away very cheaply. And as well, I think Palmeiras as well, they started getting into some altercation in the game, you know, fouls here and there. That's the way they wanted us to play. So we kind of lost concentration of how we dominated the game. But that's how they wanted us to play. But then, of course, they came back into the game, which is not what we wanted. But I genuinely think, you know, with that goal, we were very, very fortunate.
All right, let's have a look then at the goal that did get Palmeiras level, because, Kleberson, who else? It had to be Estevao, didn't it?
Has to be him. What a goal he scored on that position. His first touches are really good on the ball. As soon as he's taking touch, and then he get in his space, and I don't know if he see the goalkeepers step out of the post, but the shot is perfect on the goal.
No, but the keeper, Jesus, Sanchez, you can't be beating in your near post. He wasn't even defending the near post. I don't know what he was doing or where he was going, but taking nothing away from Gustavo, fantastic finish, but keeper, oh my God, Sanchez.
Do you think Sanchez? Do you think? I mean, it was inch perfect from Estevao, and he had a very good game. I thought he was involved in everything good that Palmeiras did. But do you think Sanchez should have done better?
Oh, yeah, that one is, of course, because if he stay in the post, he can save that ball. I don't know why he's taking some step on the other side and then let the kids shoot it and go.
We need a top goalkeeper. I've said it so many times. We need a top goalkeeper if we have to win trophies. And for me, I've said it so many times, I don't think he's that goalkeeper. We need another top goalkeeper to be able to start winning trophies.
Yeah, I think a lot of Chelsea fans would probably agree with you in that sense as well. Well, Cole Palmer scored a beautiful goal to put Chelsea 1-0 up. And we can get some post-match reaction from him now.
Cole, really great first half. Your goal was brilliant. Can you take us through that moment?
Yeah, we've been working on it in training, and when I just seen a space, so I went there.
How proud are you of your team's performance tonight?
Yeah, very proud. They gave everything today, and we got a great result.
What was the messaging at halftime? You knew that Palmeiras was going to come out strong. What was your coach telling you guys to do?
He was just saying keep calm, keep doing lots of passes, and we should be all right.
I saw you talking to Estevao post-match. Obviously bittersweet he scored, but exciting that he's coming to your squad, right?
Yeah, you can see he's a top player, so we're excited for it.
Well, thank you guys so much. Good luck in the next round.
Well, isn't that Palmer? We love hearing from Cole Palmer. We're not quite sure what Tosin was doing there. Was he a bodyguard?
Bodyguard, maybe.
You don't often hear from players that don't play, but it was nice to just get his reaction there.
Yeah.
That is classic Cole Palmer. He doesn't say very much off the pitch, but he does all of the talking with it on it.
Oh, yeah, on the field, he did a lot of good stuff, especially in the first half, the goal that he scored, the quality that he has, no? And then to see like he's talking with Stephen after the game was brilliant. It's brilliant because that's the new players when arrive in the club. You're gonna be like, oh my God, I already have some friends to push me to get better.
We are of course talking about Palmeiras and Chelsea making it through, and it was all about the kids because Estevao, of course, moving to Chelsea after this tournament, scored the equaliser, and João Pedro came on and had a brilliant game. And I suppose, Kleberson, it's right that social media are talking about these two, and the future is so bright for Chelsea when you've got all of these youngsters, especially those two, coming to play for this football club.
Yeah, they come for the big club, you know, and then both one's going to be fixed so well on the style of the Chelsea play. And then as a Brazilian, you feel so happy because it's probably going to see those two guys on the next World Cup in America, no?
Yeah, I just saw one. João Pedro, you are rocking my world. Chelsea fans obviously very excited about that João Pedro performance. But another one I just saw on there was Andre Santos, and we haven't spoken about him.
Oh, yeah.
Hasn't really got his chance at this Club World Cup. Obviously, Reece James getting injured in the warm-up meant he's coming into midfield, and he put in a pretty good performance tonight.
That's how you take your opportunities. When they come, you have to take them. And he played really, really well today in that midfield. You know, he was breaking up plays. He was very, very good with the ball, moving the ball very, very quickly. And I was so very, very impressed with him. He played really, really well today.
I agree.
Yeah, the future's bright, isn't it, for Chelsea?
Yes, it is. A lot of that, in that position, of course, you have Caicedo and Lavia. But then when you have a player like him, on the bench that you can bring it into the game, for me, that's fantastic. But I think, of course, the future looks very, very bright for this Chelsea team.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, let's head back over to Philadelphia and get some more post-match reaction. Kaylin Kyle is with Callum Wilson and Danny Higginbottom. We've got one very happy Chelsea fan in the studio in John Obi Mikel. I'm sure there are thousands of happy Chelsea fans in that stadium, Kaylin.
Olivia, I heard that you're the biggest Chelsea supporter, so I know it's very happy inside that studio, and I'm sure you're going to go for a little cerveza after, and I don't disagree with you, but it was brilliant inside this stadium in front of 60,000 plus. Chelsea, though, in that first 45 minutes, it was dominant.
They were. I thought they were outstanding. I think, if anything, Palmeiras, they showed him too much respect in the first half. And I think Chelsea dominated. I thought they had the extra man in midfield. Cole Palmer, really good at finding spaces. And I thought Neto as well. I thought he gave a really good performance, an emotional performance from him as well.
Palmer, you guys touched on him in the opening segment of the show, and just the ability and the freedom that he had in that attack at third, and he brought it out, got the go-ahead goal 16 minutes in. When you watch that ball go into the back of the net, what impressed you the most, his movement or the finish?
I think the thing that impressed me
of Chelsea going into this 2025 season. Yes, there is some unfinished business here in the FIFA Club World Cup semi-final and potential final, but looking at the depth of this Chelsea side, is this exciting times for Chelsea fans?
Definitely. They've got a very young squad and they're just constantly adding to it. You see João Pedro come on today ahead of Nicholas Jackson as well, so that obviously shows that the manager's got trust in him and he wants to see his new signing and things like that. So going forward, they can keep rotating. They've got Nkunku, goals coming from everywhere, really. Delat even played fantastic as well. So I just feel that, Chelsea, with the right side of the draw, will go a long way.
Does the inexperience concern you? That's what concerns me a little bit. When you're looking at the top teams in the Premier League, it's like they have the experience, they have the know-how. This is a team that's growing all the time. But, obviously, from your experiences playing against them, do you think there is sort of a naivety about them at times?
Well, I thought, to be honest, I might have seen that today in terms of a Palmeiras side that's going to ruffle your feathers. You've seen bits of it in the first half. They were trying to get players booked. There was yellow cards here and there. But they seem to settle down and just play their football. And I think that's the key for a young player, is not doing stupid tackles. And you could see a few players getting involved in it. Delat got involved in it. And, they caught him out. But that he'll learn from that and grow. And I think going through a tournament phase, you want to minimise the yellow cards, and that's going to be key for them. They don't want to get any more suspensions like they've picked up already.
A brilliant match for Chelsea. One victory. They have punched their ticket through to the semi-final. And Olivia, I can tell you, Callum was looking over my shoulder here while the subs were doing that extra training, and he was like, I can't think of anything worse than getting back into preseason. We'll send it back to you guys.
Yeah, Callum, you need to get back out there. And I want to know who's outed me, by the way. I've been trying to be all chill, and, we may have a couple of happy Chelsea fans in the studio. Maybe Cleberson's a Chelsea fan. Who knows? Right, we have spoken about João Pedro, who came on tonight, made his first Chelsea appearance, and it was a brilliant performance, and we can hear from him now.
João, congratulations on the win. Overall thoughts of your team's performance tonight?
I think you controlled the game tonight. I think you did very well. In the end, you win. That's it.
How confident is your team feeling right now?
I think our team showed how comfortable we are. So I think now we need to rest and prepare for the next round.
What's maybe the biggest lesson from the last few matches with your team that you're taking into the semifinal against Fluminense?
I think the Brazilian team take very, very serious the competition. They gonna give their life for the title. So I think you need to be ready for Fluminense next round. I know well them. I know they're gonna give 100%. So I think now I need to rest and to be prepared for the next round.
Thank you so much for your time, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So that was João Pedro speaking after making his first Chelsea appearance. And there's another little storyline. We've got Thiago Silva and the Chelsea reunion, but actually for João Pedro, Fluminense was his first club. So that's going to be a very special night for João Pedro, isn't it?
A special night. You can see he talk about, I know well this team. It's going to be like a important game for him, because I believe his parents or families are still big fans of Fluminense. And then
okay.
now he's going to be playing those.
Who are his family going to be supporting?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question.
And you were saying he scored a brilliant goal.
Oh, he scored an amazing bicycle when he's younger than Fluminense. If you guys go find that goal, it's an amazing goal.
Well, I'm sure Chelsea fans will be Googling now as we speak that João Pedro bicycle kick for Fluminense. He was involved not just at a couple of chances, but he was involved a lot tonight, was it, when he came on, wasn't he?
Yes, he was involved. He looked very sharp. You know, he wanted the ball. He was moving around. Like I said before, I think for me, the best thing I like about João Pedro is his movement around the box. You know, his first touch in around the box. He's a very clever player. And we saw that tonight. The chances he created, what he created out of himself. It wasn't like, you know, they fed him the ball. But once he controls that ball, he can create chances out of nothing. And it's good to see here he receives this 1-2 first touch here and the volley. I mean, you can see it was somebody who's hungry. He wanted to come into the game and prove a point. Obviously, the manager putting him on before Nicolas Jackson. He wanted to repay the manager for trusting him and putting him on. So, I mean, that's what you have to do as a striker. You have to come in, create your chances and try to take them as well.
He's just got an eye for goal, isn't it? Every time he gets the ball, his first thought is, can I shoot? Or just getting as close to the goal as possible. He's got that about him, doesn't he?
Yeah, but we can see, like, even when he's in the bench and they show the coach, we can see he's in the behind, like he's looking at the game, he's all ready to play. And he's a danger. His touching inside the box is really good. He's the guy, like, take a touch and shoot in a goal.
After that performance, does he start against Fluminense in the semi-final?
I think he does.
That's obviously because Liam Delap is out suspended after picking up another yellow card. Because I think Delap probably would have started in that game. So do you think he starts now?
Yeah, I think he starts, I think he starts ahead of Nicolas Jackson with that performance, the way he performed when he came on. For me, I think he starts,
Yeah, right. Let's talk Estevao again, because I mean, what a moment it would have been for him. And actually, Kleberson, when he celebrated or when he scored, you could see how much scoring that goal meant to him in that moment.
Yeah, I think it's meant a lot for him, because he has a lot of pressure to play against the team. He's going to be new club, and then he did an interview before, and then he wants to show something, like not only like for the Palmeiras fans, but for him also. And then when he scored the goal, he's probably say, "Oh my God, thank you for the opportunity."
I felt like that was a goal for, I mean, now looking at full time when Chelsea have gone through, it was a goal for the Palmeiras fans at the time, but that's also a goal for the Chelsea fans, that they think, wow, this kid, you know, is going to be a Chelsea player in a couple of weeks.
Not really for the Chelsea fan, but a lot of the players, you know, they got a little physical with him as well. I think they just welcomed him to the football club with some of those tackles.
Why do you think that happened? Because it did feel like there's a couple of times where a couple of players, it was one-on-one, it was a little bit feisty.
Yeah, look at that. You can see there from Cucurella, look at that. And there was another tackle from Enzo Fernandez as well. You know, for me, you know, I don't know what it was, but it looked like they were trying to welcome him to the football club, telling him, okay, listen, we know you're joining us, but it's not going to be easy for you. You have to make sure you earn it. But fantastic player, you know, he's got a wonderful left foot. I don't know where Cole Palmer was telling him there, but I don't think he really understand what Cole was saying.
They did seem like he had to get a translator over at some point.
They did finally get a translator over. No, but he's a fantastic player. I'm really happy that he's joining us at the football club.
And we spoke that the Palmeiras fans weren't necessarily as happy with some of the comments he made about, you know, trying to stay focused when he knows he's going to Chelsea. But after that performance and the contribution he's made, and the fact that they did come so close to maybe taking it to extra time or going through, the Palmeiras fans will have enjoyed that tonight, won't they?
Yeah, they probably enjoy it. They know, like, they come for that competition for compete against top teams, you know, and then they did well, you know, and then it's a really brilliant, like, to Palmeiras, like, bring, like, Estevan to Chelsea, because they show, like, they still produce good players. Because if you look like Vitor Roque, he also is a good player also, and then that's really important for the club, for the fans. I think the fans enjoy a lot.
Ya saltan 1K y el barrio. Es determinante cuánto daño puede hacer el conjunto de 1K, sobre todo con Granero en esas primeras de cambio en la salida de escalera. Así que esa parte del partido va a ser absolutamente clave para el equipo de Iker Casillas. Por cierto, felicitar porque ha venido una buena afición de 1K.
Tiene la pelota Gerard Noya, encara, sigue Noya, dispara, Arnalot.
80 paradas.
paradas ya para Arnalot. Gil Vidal ataca desde la derecha el número 9. Gil Vidal con el centro, buena pelota, Arché, con la rodilla le pegó. Pues es el que desatasca un poco el partido, ¿no? Con centros, ojo ahí, se golpeó, el remate, ¡gol! ¡Mar Valiente! ¡Gol! Del Barrio, marca Mar Valiente. terreno de los cañonazos de Granero, a la que tengo un mínimo de espacio, le pega Granero. Bueno, pues es decirlo, y ahí lo tenemos. El tema es que el remate le ha salido centrado. Abraham, buena pelota, banda derecha. Vamos a ver qué hace ahí Fran Rodríguez. Se mete en el área, sigue Fran. ¡Qué bien, Fran! Se va de dos, el remate, ¡fuera!
¡Chicos!
A ver si acierta. ¡Claro que
Mira,
sí! Busca el Barrio el segundo gol. Arche. Arche para Gil. Gil que le puede pegar a este Gil. Buen recorte. Gil al palo. Levanta Arche.
¡Dios! ¡No, no, 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 no! Madre mía, qué parada. Y a centímetros del remate, ¿eh?
No, la reacción ha sido impresionante. ¡El disparo! ¡Madre de Dios! ¡Otro que vuela! ¡Otro más! Que está la pelota para John de la Cruz, la quiere levantar, vuelve a pegar la pelota en el cuerpo de un jugador del Barrio, el remate con la puntera y acaba deteniendo a Gerard Vacas. Será córner favorable a 1K. Bueno, a ver.
Gol doble.
Gol doble. A ver, saque de banda. Balón puesto en movimiento, intentaba rematar más valiente, el remate, ¡gol! ¡Baufer! ¡Gol!
Y es
penalti
normal.
normal.
Mía, lo de los penaltis.
Penalti normal. Y el que quiere hacer el 0-3 es el número 4, le pega Valiente. ¡Vaya cañón! ¡Gol! Ahí están Arnalot y Vacas como candidatos, como guardametas, y también Mar Valiente y Pau Ferojo a la recuperación. Tiene la pelota al Barrio que puede sentenciar el remate. ¡Gol!
Knockout.
¡Gol!
¡Let's go, Barria! Ponme el 5, ponme el 5, ponme el 5.
El cambio del partido ha sido radical en los últimos 10 minutos. El balón que lo tiene. ¡Ojo!
¡Ay, ay, 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 ay! Jaimitada.
Marca de nuevo el Barrio, gol de Fran Fuentes. El equipo de Juan Arroita, que no ganaba un encuentro con esta tranquilidad, entre comillas, al final, con un margen tan amplio, con 2 goles dobles que han hecho pasar el partido del 0-3 al 0-7.
Paufer, ha costado, pero por fin ha llegado esa victoria tan deseada con goleada.
Ha costado mucho, pero bueno, le damos emoción hasta el momento final, recta final, y ahora, pase lo que pase con Pío, nos lo jugaremos contra ellos.
Eso te iba a decir, pase lo que pase con Pío, la semana que viene, o ellos, o tú, o tu ex equipo, o tú.
Bueno, o el Barrio o ellos, pero sí. La vida, yo qué sé, no sé, son cosas muy raras que suceden, pero ahí estaremos. Ahora estoy en el Barrio, así que espero que gane el Barrio.
Enhorabuena y a disfrutarlo.
Gracias.